Alright, action.
Yo, what it do? I'm in the building. We in Bloomfield, New Jersey with my man. This brother right here, I'm blessed to have him. I'm fortunate to have him in the building with me. All the way from the ATL, besides many other places. My man, Plan B85.
My man.
Appreciate you, King.
I appreciate you for having me, man. Like, this is crazy.
Nah, this is a blessing. This is truly a blessing, man. And to have you here in the studio, a place that's you very familiar with.
Absolutely.
Very familiar with.
Very familiar
You created
with this
graceful hits.
Yes.
But I'm going to hit you right in the head. We're going to jump right into it. Where did the love of music come from, man?
Wow, the love of music. It's been in my family for a while. My mother, she used to sing and write when I was younger. Even when she was locked up, she was heavy, you know what I'm saying, in the music scene.
Okay.
As a writer, and as an all-around songwriter and rapper. When she was young, she actually, she had a chance to open up for the Spinners.
Wow.
Yeah, when she was a kid. My grandmother was like, nah, we ain't doing that, you know what I'm saying? So, but the love of music kind of passed down to me, honestly. She was a singer and songwriter. Me, I'm more so on the beat side. I think the whole singing thing kind of just skipped me completely. Because my grandfather sang, my grandmother sang, my aunt sang, I'm saying I have.
So you come from a musical background.
Yeah, low key, for sure. But yeah, nobody who's done it professionally though, you know what I'm saying? It's always been in like the church.
I mean, for us, you know, our essence and our culture is always the church.
That's a fact.
It's never really, you know, we don't, very few, when I'm talking about our family, you know what I mean, our era of generation, it always was the church.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And when I was a kid, my mother sang in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was just the church.
Yeah. I was in the choir too when I was young. I was trash though.
Of course. You know, I mean, my mother tried to throw me in a couple of, you know, church choirs, but of course, I ain't had no vocals. I was just there because I had to be.
Yeah. You hear the occasional sing, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Come on, man. Going up there.
Exactly. Going
and represent for the Lord.
Represent for the
Lord. You
Lord.
got the screw face on, representing for the Lord. Off key.
Off key.
With all the other kids. But you know, that's just the essence of where we come from. That's also great family values, though.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It also is very great family values, man. And I just want to, before we start, man, me being the voice of the culture, man, I want to salute you on your plaques.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. That's amazing.
I appreciate that.
I applaud you because, first and foremost, what my platform is about giving my people their flowers now.
Right.
And for those that may not know you, it's time to know you. You know what I mean? It's time to show love. I don't want to talk about you 3-4 years later. I want to talk about you now.
Word. Because
your legacy is going to be forever.
That's a fact.
And salute you on that, man. You're looking good. You're shining.
I appreciate that.
Yo, man. It's a blessing, man, because you're vibing. You know, I met you. I'm going to let my people know I met you on Instagram. Let's be clear. This is our first time meeting.
This is our first time having a conversation.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it felt like I've known you forever.
Yeah, word.
Because we stayed in contact, you know what I mean? And yo, one thing about you I know is your consistency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know if you was consistent with me, I know how you are about your music, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your very first project that you ever did.
Very first project. So my journey is a little bit different from everybody else's, man. If I'm being honest, when I was young, I worked with a lot of independent artists, especially when I was in high school. And coming up, I did.
Where you from, though?
I'm originally from Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from Jersey.
What part of Jersey?
Originally from Patterson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I graduated from West Orange High School in 2004. But I've taken residence all over Jersey. Like, I've lived in Irvington. I lived in Newark. You know what I'm saying? Like, Newark adopted me when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I've taken residence all over. So, but like I said, when I was young, I worked with a lot of independent artists, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't up until I turned like 26 that I got my very first placement on television. Like, that's where I really got started at. Outside of working with, you know, independent artists, you know what I'm saying, people from the school, you know what I'm saying, people, you know, local artists here in Jersey, you know what I'm saying, like, I've touched them all, you know what I mean? But my first major project was a television show, and it was a show called Off the Bat that was on MTV.
How'd you get it? How did that alley come about?
Oh my God. So back in like 2014, 2015, my wife and I, we would float around New York City, you know what I'm saying, just going to different events, you know, because we're both heavy in the music scene. So we would just go to different networking events. And we just so happened to go to a television and film networking event. And right before I left, I linked up with this gentleman gave me his card. He was like, yo, you know, if you're a music producer, you know what I'm saying, you got some tracks. He was like, you know, we would love to help out. You know, we do a lot of music for television, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we would like
you didn't know this guy?
I didn't know this dude at all. I knew nothing about the world of music in television and film at the time.
Right.
Period. I knew nothing about it. But make a long story short, I sent this company like 100 joints off rip. And like within the first 90 days, about first 3 months, they got half of them placed. And they were just spread out all over just mad shows on MTV.
Your beats.
Just my beats.
And no one knew.
Nobody knew.
But you and wifey.
Me, wifey.
And the family. But I'm just saying to the masses.
No. So if you was watching the shows like, you know, Guy Code, Girl Code, maybe the earlier episodes like Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that, you would hear some of my music in there.
Now, how does that work though? Because they give you the credits?
No, it's not. Well, for that particular library music, it's not a lot of on-screen credit for that stuff. There's a couple different ways that works. Sometimes they'll pay you once you get with like a music library who actually outsources this music to these different platforms. They either pay you something up front, or you just get back in on it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're registered with a performing rights organization like ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, right, those are the people that will pay you for those, you know, those works. And anytime it gets played or if it's rerun, like it's being rerun right now, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting paid.
So that's basically a lifelong check.
Facts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, man. That feeling, sitting in the crib. I mean, that has to be.
It is pretty wild. It is pretty wild. My wife and I, when we travel sometimes, you know, I watch certain shows, you know what I'm saying? Now, we listen like, oh shit, that's my joint on there, you know what I'm saying? Like, real quick, you know, because I know my catalog, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not like the biggest television watcher. Like now, you can't catch me in front of a television all the time, but like, in the beginning, I would just be flipping through channels, watching some of these shows. I like some of these shows. I like Love and Hip Hop, you know, some of these crazy
I mean, we all went through.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we went
after
through
a while,
you
just okay.
It's like it is.
Season 18, you're not even going that far.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2, we're on it. We're
on it. You know what I'm saying?
Then we get to season 5. Nah, I'm cool on that.
Yeah, it's over. So, yeah, like when those shows came on, like when Black Ink came on, I just so happened to be watching the show. I'm like, oh snap. That's my joint in there.
But do they notify you that it's going to be on something?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But there's a system, there's this company called TuneSat that I've been using for quite some time. And I just upload the tracks that I do send to some of these music libraries. The way I track them is through their terminal. Okay. So I upload those tracks and they'll actually show me in real time, like, yo, this was placed here, this was, you know, aired on this particular show at this particular time. So yeah.
Damn, King, that's dope.
So I'm on it. Yeah, I know what's happening. Yeah, I know what's happening. Nothing really slips through the cracks.
Yeah, because you know they will try to play us.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, absolutely. And it took me a while to get an understanding of that game as far as television and film is concerned, because it's not the same as the record business.
Now let's talk about that. What's the difference?
It's completely different. So from a producer standpoint, because that's really all I can speak from is a producer standpoint. So when you're dealing with a label or you're dealing with an artist, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of hoops that have to be jumped through, you know what I'm saying, from they're going to use, okay, say for instance they use the joint, all right? Say, because there's a lot of different times you can send a bunch of tracks to an artist and they never use them. You may not ever hear back from their A&R, you may not hear back from the artist or whoever their management is in regards to
your tracks are just...
They just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes artists will do a joint to your song and they never use it, or they'll never tell you that they use it. You may have to wait until the album come out or whatever, you know what I'm saying, before you're like, oh snap, that's my joint on there. Like the communication on that side is a little wild, you know what I'm saying?
It's very shady wild. World.
Yeah, completely. It's a whole nother ball game. So
with like,
so with like television and film, you deal directly with like a music supervisor, you know what I'm saying, or maybe a showrunner, somebody who actually has a hand in putting that music or placing that music in television and film. They're a little bit more organized, you know what I'm saying, as far as
handling
their business, you know what I'm saying? It's less red tape.
Yeah, it's not too much backdoor bullshit.
It is, and it's either they use it or they don't use it. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? And I've had times where I was supposed to have a placement on one of the earlier seasons of Power, right? They actually used the song, right? and like a week before it aired, they cut the scene that my song was in. You know what I'm saying? So they told me right before it aired, like, look, it's not gonna go in there this go around. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Can't catch them all, but you know.
I mean, you done caught enough, though, Ken.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Of course, you want to be, you want to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as like the major differences is like, if you have a hit song, depending on what your splits are, like sometimes you can get money up front and not receive anything on the back end, and vice versa. In the record business, I don't know, if you're not like a platinum selling artist, you know what I'm saying, if you're not really doing numbers like that,
right,
you're not really eating, you know what I'm saying, especially if it's a major label release, you know what I'm saying. We hear it all the time with producers who are saying like, yo, I didn't get paid from this person, I didn't get paid from this label, you know what I'm saying, I did this amount of tracks for this particular artist and I ain't never get paid. I don't ever have to deal with that in television and film.
So what would you rather deal with, though? Would you rather deal with television and film, or you rather deal with, you know what I mean? Because one is a headache, one is kind of like a smooth ride.
Well, I dabble in both. And even as an independent, like some of the artists that I work with, they can tell you they made money with me. You know what I'm saying? Like they trust me enough, especially with their business, to be like, yo, Brandon, he got our splits together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm responsible for certain artists getting their first royalty check. You know what I'm saying?
So you on top of everything, man, dude.
Yeah, as far as business is concerned, absolutely. I love the creation process, but as far as the music business is concerned, the business is the largest word in that conjunction. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of us don't know the business.
Yeah.
Because we from the hood. We stagnated a little bit. We happy to get in the booth.
Yeah, oh no, that's it.
You're happy to, and
that's the easy part.
Yo, the funny part, me and my boy was talking. Lo was talking on the way here about different producers and how certain niggas don't want niggas to eat. You know what I mean? It's just, we were actually having that conversation on the way here. How shady some niggas just don't. Nah, nigga, I want you to stay right here.
Yeah,
you can't go no further than me.
Yeah,
and that's the business that I kind of feel like is. They say the white man's the culture vulture. I feel like our brothers, and we just said this in the vehicle, our black brothers is the culture vultures.
To a degree, absolutely. 100%.
They don't want us to have shit.
They're the gatekeepers too, for sure.
All day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And I've experienced that in certain instances, but even in the television and film world, I think I come across more, I guess it's half and half. Because I try to seek out more of us in that realm.
So you're doing your homework.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have to. I have to. Even with like certain shows in particular, like, you know, there's a lot of black shows out there. So not all the black shows have a black music supervisor all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that do, I make sure I reach out to them. You know, like, yo, I think I might have something that could work for that. So I'm doing like my digging, my due diligence, you know what I'm saying, to see what they're working on. Maybe what future projects they're working on. You know what I mean? Maybe I can't get in on this one. Maybe I can get in on the next one. So,
right.
You know?
Yo, I always ask my guest this question. Is it ever a time you said, damn this shit?
All the time. At least once a year.
And the reason why I asked that because
at least once a year.
The reason why I asked this, and I ask everybody this, because I like to pick the brain of different people. Right? We're all not the same. You know, and sometimes some people can go run the race a little bit more than other people. Some people get to just start like, yo, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You ain't start.
Yeah.
You haven't done no groundwork. You're not even sweating. The baton hasn't even got passed to you, and you're running from it. And other brothers done ran 20 marathons, like, yo, I'm tired. And I sit back and I say to myself, getting involved with this business, I had brothers that had to tell me, it was time, I said, man, I was ready to say, yo, damn this. Because life takes you in other places.
That's a fact.
But the resilience is what I like to hear from y'all. When I say y'all is my guest, because I feel like everybody has their own goal. Now, you reach multiple goals in your run. Where do you see your highest goal going to?
I knew you was gonna ask me this question. I told myself I have no clue how the hell I'm gonna answer this shit.
I mean, if somebody asked me that today, I'm gonna keep it real. I have no ceiling. Sky's the limit. Because it's really just that simple.
We're all married here, right?
Yeah.
So my wife is one person that pushes me heavy to the next level. Like, And since I've been, well, we're about to celebrate 10 years come October.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Black Love is in the building.
Black Love is in the building.
Wifey's in the building too.
Sure,
Shout out to Wifey.
That's a fact. I've gotten into this space of what's next. You know what I'm saying? Once I feel like I've reached a certain, attacked a certain goal, accomplished something, I'm like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all know that there's a video of Diddy floating around when he just gets off the phone with whatever advertiser, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, what else? What else? Anything I want, I have to get. Like, that's what type of time I'm on. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like a specific task, I want to help as many people as I possibly can. I'm running into more artists, especially with me being in Atlanta. I run into more artists who are not knowledgeable of television and film at all. They didn't even know that your beats could even end up in there. When I first got to Atlanta, every producer, every artist that I spoke with, they were trying to get to whatever label or I'm trying to get beat to Lil Baby. I'm trying to get to Future. I wasn't really on it like that when I came down there. I just knew that television and film is here. How can I tap in? Little do I know, yes, they're filming everything there, but a lot of the post-production still goes to LA. In places like New York. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of had to find my pocket and kind of get in where I fit in. Of course, maintaining my relationships with, libraries and production houses up here, and connecting with music supervisors in LA, of course, you know what I mean? But my path in that right is just completely different, you know what I'm saying, from everybody else's. And I'm trying to, I want to be able to help more producers like kind of understand there's other ways to there's more money behind the camera than there is in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm
a firm believer of that.
Yeah, like even when I did the audio for Boom Mic Operation, also did the audio editing for this film called King of Newark years ago. And not to watch nobody's pockets or anything, but as a sound person, the sound guy on the other side, I was getting paid more than some of the actors.
That's not shit. Whose fault is that?
Ain't nobody's fault, but it's just like, yo, I'm being behind this camera. Y'all getting more shine than me. Don't nobody know who I am, but
that's my personal opinion. I'd rather be the one. I want to be. Well, I ain't gonna say I want to be. This is my opinion. I am going to be I'd rather be filthy rich on the low than be in front of a camera dead broke. Because there's a lot of people broke in front of the camera.
And that was one of the reasons that I chose like television and film too. Because don't nobody know who I am. Like I can lay in the back and
laugh.
You know what I'm saying? Now the game is a little bit different now because even for me to get like certain gigs or connect with certain clients, I have to be online. I got to show my face. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, but prior to this Instagram mess,
out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'm on an island somewhere.
Low just said that. He just said he wants to have a house on the island somewhere where he can get low on the way here.
On an island somewhere.
Because too many people just want to be on the scene and be caught up.
That's it.
And I think that, that's one of our biggest downfalls in the black culture. We want to be coons. I don't want to be the coon. I want to be me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We'll dance in front of a camera and act stupid. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, though.
To each his own.
Thank you. Because some people fit that. Some people like to put on a costume. Others like to make the costume.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now, King, I got to ask you this, man. Twan the Don, man.
My guy.
Your guy.
My brother.
Amen.
That's my brother.
Plaques. Black boys.
Plaque boys. We're 2.7 million up now.
Tell him again. Hold up. Tell him again. So hold up. Let's talk. Shout out to Twan the Don, upper class.
Twan Don. My guy. The diamonds forever.
Forever. 2.7 on the plaque.
2.7 million. Yeah.
That's amazing. His
whole entire catalog, man. And he's probably one of the artists I'm really proud of working with. I'm proud of working with a lot of cats, but I love his business acumen. You know what I'm saying?
That kid is business.
Yeah, like
first.
When we have our business conversations, we call each other by our last names. Mr. Ross, Mr. Gibbs, you know what I'm saying? That's when we talk business, you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
But when we in the studios, Plan B and Twan Don, we in it.
How did that marriage come together?
Believe it or not, when we talk about marriage, Son was not trying to rock with me in the beginning. He was not trying to rock with me in the beginning. I have to tell this story because when we first met, he opened up for another artist that I was working with, Robbie Max, back in the day.
Okay.
it was a spot called Mexicali Live. It's probably something different now in Teaneck. And I seen him on stage. Oh, it was crazy. Actually, no. I saw him for the first time. He opened up for Meek Mill at some venue in Teaneck.
The Armory?
That's exactly where it was.
I remember when they had that.
Yes. He opened up, and
that's when Meek was starting off.
Yeah, exactly.
Had the Armory in Teaneck.
And Twan had opened up. I was like, yo, I'm sure I'm going to see this kid again. This dude is fire. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was from the city. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm going to see him again. And then I happened to see him. He was on the flyer for the other show, like, later on down the line. I was like, yo, after the show, I'm going to go chop it up with him. I'm going to go talk to him. Went to go talk to him. He wasn't really trying to give me no play. You know what I'm saying? And he had, you know, a couple girls around him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's the end of the show. He getting his shit off. I get it. I'm maneuvering around the city like I was in 2015. We happened to go to this Mobb Deep album release party, and I can't remember for what album it was, and I just so happened to see him in there, and he was like, oh, now I gotta tap in with you. I done seen you too much. Like, we, you know what I'm saying, we gotta work. And the rest is history, bro. Like,
the rest, no, the 2.7 million.
Came to the studio, and I've been working with him ever since. Even when I moved out of Jersey, we still tap in.
All production.
We still all production and mixing and mastering. I mix and master everything for him. So everything that you hear, 9 times out of 10 has to come through my studio.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not gonna front. And he's from my town, Prince of the City. Shout out to you, King.
Yeah.
I heard his music one day. His cousin Meech posted it. I'm listening to it. Actually, last summer, I ain't gonna front. I'm listening to it. I'm like, God damn, who the fuck is this kid? Like, yo, I'm a lyrical. I'm 48.
Yeah.
I come from lyric.
Yeah.
I come from that era. Like, yo, this young God is crazy. So I'm in the park working out on my bike. I go to his catalog. I'm riding the bike, listening to him. Like, Jesus Christ, I gotta reach out to him and get him on the show. God willing, it worked out.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, I'll meet you, King.
That's crazy.
And now I'm here with you. But the dope part about it is the 2.7 and the opportunity to sit down with both of you, man.
Yeah. I think that's fire.
I think
that's fire.
And that's beyond fire to me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when I first heard the music, I'd have never thought I had the opportunity. But then on the flip side, I'm talking to both men.
Yeah.
Both kings. And then a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago, I see you guys posted Black. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That shit just made me feel like, damn.
That's fine.
I made a dope decision to reach out to these brothers.
That's fine.
Because sometimes our pride as men, I ain't reaching out to this guy.
Yeah.
This guy. And when I got a chance to sit down and interview him, yo, he was very professional.
Yes.
And I can tell y'all cut from the same cloth. And this is a joke because I said this to him. I posted a picture. He told me, yo, take that down. I don't like that. Yo, you did the same thing the other day. I said, yo, these cats. I was at work, so I was just trying to do something. You know what I mean?
Real quick, I feel you.
You know what I mean? But the fact that you said that, yo, I laughed. I just laughed. I wasn't mad. I didn't take it personal. I think my respect level went higher because it was like, yo, I love a person who knows what they want.
Word.
And I ain't gonna lie. Doing a little bit of interview that I had with him, that he changed my whole mind state or just post. That's why I said to you, anything you would like for me to post.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now I want you to be happy.
For sure.
I don't want to just take it upon myself because it's not like I got a bunch of people doing what they doing behind it. It's me.
Yeah.
And my partner.
Absolutely. And you want it to look good, you know what I'm saying? The brand aesthetic gotta be
right. You know what I'm saying?
A1.
So I respect it, man. But blessings to y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
That has to be dope, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the plaque, man. Like, that's
and it's independent. It's an independent hustle too. You know what I'm saying?
Like, right.
You know, and he low key he surprised me with that one because we were talking about him getting a plaque or whatever. I ain't know one was coming to my crib. You know what I'm saying? So, it kind of worked out.
It did more than work out. It went beyond.
It worked out
because a lot of brothers independently can't even do that. Let's just be clear.
That's true.
Let's cut the corners. Let's stop fronting. Brothers, honestly, brothers that's been in the game. Don't even have a plaque and say 2.7.
Yeah.
They got the small little plaque, 500 records sold on, you know. And I'm not knocking nobody. Accomplishment is accomplishment. But when you see brothers come up, come together, put a plan, execute it.
Yeah.
Yo, 2.7, man. That's nothing light, man.
Yeah. And it's years in the making too. You know what I'm saying?
And it's more to come.
Oh, it's way more to come. It's way more to come.
Because I know y'all cooking and shaking right now, but we going to leave that alone. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know, I'm fishing right now to try to throw something out there. You know what I mean? But on the flip side of something, man, I also noticed you talk about credit.
Yes.
Like, I noticed you've been educating the IG. Let's talk, how'd you get into the whole credit situation, man?
I have been building, I don't want to say building and fucking up my credit for the last couple years.
I've been building and fucking up I'm going to say it. I've been building and fucking it up.
Building and
fucking up. Damn you, FanDuel.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what's getting you.
I got about 7 cards on that game on FanDuel, man. And it's just, I mean, you know.
Oh, snap. How did I get into credit? So earlier in my marriage, my wife wanted to travel really heavy, and she wanted to travel for free.
It sounds like she's the quarterback.
Yo, she is. Tom Brady.
The quarterback, the coordinator, the offensive coordinator.
Tom Brady for sure.
That's what makes her.
Yeah, nah, she's dope. She happened to do a little bit of research on different credit cards that help you travel for free, and that was kind of the start of it. And over the years, we were opening up a bunch of credit cards, you know what I'm saying, just to get the sign-on bonuses, you know what I mean? Certain bonuses that give you 50,000 points, you know, 100,000 miles here, 100,000 miles there. And that kind of became our free travel bank, you know what I'm saying? So we were traveling, we did the Maldives, we did Paris, we did South America, you know what I'm saying? Like all on credit cards for free, like literally traveling the world for free. Wow. And after a couple years, when I moved to Atlanta, I was like, yo, I got good credit. How the hell can I make some money off of this? You know what I'm saying? So I started researching, you know what I'm saying? How can I use my good credit to make money? That was my only thought at first, like, see how I can get some bread off of this. And I learned how to do the trade lines, as far as like putting people on my credit cards and helping their score, you know, help boosting their credit score. Because when you get on my trade line, you just simply get my good credit history, just like that. That's probably one of the easiest ways to like start building like a base for your credit. Is get authorized users, exactly. You know what I'm saying? People have been doing it for years.
They always ask you to do.
Yeah. So I was doing that with family members. I was able to take a few family members from like the low 6s, high 5s, up to 700 credit scores in a matter of months. You know what I'm saying? I did it for my mother. My mother, her credit score, I don't want to put her business out there.
She's popping. We just gonna say mom is popping.
She's popping. She went. I've taken her. She actually just texted me yesterday and said her credit score is now 725. So, yeah. After that, I was like, you know what? I said I'm gonna give this information out to cats. Now, on the flip side of that, the building of the business, the building of the personal credit also helped me learn about business credit and how, you know, we were just talking about how artists, you know, artists sign BS deals. They're signing artists now for $10, $15, $25,000. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's been happening forever. You know what I mean? And all it is, an advance is a loan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. And if you can get that with a credit card, that's $25,000 you can have interest free for a year, 18 months, depending on what card you go with. And if you do it on your business, in your business name, it doesn't show up on your personal credit if you do it right. You know what I'm saying? So you can max out a $25,000 card on your business and it won't show up on your personal credit.
So you mean tell me I get a round table business?
Yeah.
And it won't even reflect back to my
personal credit. Absolutely not. But the most important thing is having your personal credit intact. This is what people get it messed up at. Like, in order to secure business credit, your personal credit has to be
So it has to start with your personal credit first. Okay.
Personal credit
I'm
first.
glad you said that.
Yes. You know what
because everybody about to try to jump on,
start
up a fake LLC.
Nah, you can't do it like that. You have to, you know, it takes time. It legit takes time. It took me 3 months to because I have 2 LLCs. I'm doing the same thing with one of them, but my very first LLC, which is 1985 Music, I was able to build up that business credit in a very, very short amount of time. You know what I mean? I opened up maybe like 2 or 3 different business credit cards and was able to have like a solid business credit like base in about 3 months.
But it all started from your personal credit.
All started from my personal. So even down to purchasing cars in your business name. I was able to, one of my most recent vehicles that I purchased it in my business name. It doesn't show up on my personal credit.
So you just out here just on the low giving a lot of game, but a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot of people, because I don't know what's coming in on the back end on your phone. But for my viewers and my listeners, I'm glad you even touching on this. And this was another reason why I wanted you on the show. It wasn't just a plaque boy, a plaque guy and beats. It was your whole cooking. You got a lot cooking, champ.
Yeah.
And you stay. Your nickname should be Chef, because you're doing a lot in the kitchen, man.
It's a fact.
But you're also giving, quite sure. You know what I mean? But you're also helping us, man.
Yeah, man.
And I'm honestly, and I'm going to say it to my people, I would like to really get some help with my credit.
Let's do it.
And honestly, and I'm not just talking to be talking, because I really want to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? And I really need your assistance on it.
I can do that for you.
No doubt. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the name. Plan B85, man.
Plan B.
Let's talk about that.
This story. So when I was in high school, I tell people I went to Hip Hop High, right, which is West Orange High School. That's the nickname that I gave it. So, so let me see if I can set the scene. So 2000, I went to that school between 2001.
And you graduated in 2004.
2004.
Oh man, you was a baby.
I went to school. Yes, I went to school with Tretch and Vinny's nieces from Naughty by Nature, Jay-Z's nephew, KG from Naughty by Nature, his niece went to my school. Also found out one of the programmers at Music Choice, his daughter went to my school. So there was a lot of people that were in music,
Hip Hop High.
Yeah, whose parents or uncles, whatever,
family members,
they all lived in West Orange, and they all bust their kids to West Orange High School. Even Wyclef had a few nephews that went to my school too.
Facts.
Shout out to my brother Keith. To my knowledge, at the time, there weren't too many cats that were recording, producing, and everybody was a rapper at my school.
Time out, not to cut you off. Was that your first name?
Yes, my very first name.
Okay.
My very first name.
Okay. Because we all had different names.
As a producer,
you know what I'm saying?
As a producer, that was my very.
Because I know Lo, you had a name back in the days.
All kinds of
I was deep.
They still call me that.
I was deep. See, I didn't know you were Top Job. I was D-Ski and all that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. But yeah,
we come from the ski era. The name was Skis.
I was buck wild.
I remember that. We come from the ski era. You know what I mean? We 70s.
Now I got it. That's insane. There was these dudes that came to the crib, came to grandma's crib, and it was like, actually hit me up in school. My homeboy, what was his name? My man Cristino at the time.
You was doing beats back in high school.
I was doing beats back in high school, and I was recording on a little PC. You know what I mean? The stuff that I was demoing my mother's stuff on like a regular computer mic. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all that from the crib. But a few of the guys at the school, they got wind of it, and that particular Saturday, they ended up going to a completely different studio.
Okay.
And apparently, they had probably one of the worst sessions that they've ever had. Dude calls me. He was like, "Yo, can we come and record at your spot?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." He's like, "How much you charge?" I gave him the price or whatever. I was probably charging $10, $15.
Sure.
Back then, sure. They came in. Session was fire. They came in with a few beats, and I played some other joints for them, and I think we cut like 5 or 6 songs, maybe up to 10 songs that day. And they was like, "Yo, you Plan B now." Like at the end of the session, it was like, "Cause Plan A, whatever studio we was at, that shit was garbage." You know what I'm saying? It's like, "No, you Plan B," and it's stuck because my real name is Brandon. So
I peeped that too.
Yeah.
But they came up with the 85.
85. That's the year I was born.
So you kept it all in the essence.
Kept it all in the essence. And I just added the 85 on there because I like the aesthetic of the 85. And there's a there's a reggaeton duo by the name of Plan B, and I think there's an artist by the name of Plan B from the UK. He was like white boy from way back in the day. No producers named Plan B. Plan B85 specifically.
Yo, the name, that's a very catchy, you know what I mean? And how it came about. It's crazy how brothers come up with, you know, our names come about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to my son, Shamik. He always asks me, yo, how I get my name? I said, yo, go listen to the first Wu album.
Word.
Yo, Shot just got in the head. Shot from 212.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't understand. I said, yo, I had moved out to Staten Island, and they started calling me Shamik from 212, and it
took off.
It took off. You know what I mean? So the essence of names, for you to come up with, yo, they was we called you Plan B.
Yeah.
And it just stuck with, and it fits. It fits perfectly, man.
For sure.
How's those guys doing now, man?
They're doing alright. I still rock. I still talk to a few of them. Yeah.
Because I believe in my heart, from just kicking it with you, you keep your relationships.
Oh no, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I have to.
I can tell you're very, you're very solid cat. Because some cats, man, you could tell after a conversation, I ain't gonna talk to this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that I'm with you on that 100%.
You know what I mean?
I can tell you within the first maybe 10, 15 of me and you. Rather
if I don't look you in your eyes, I'm not even fucking with you.
Yeah.
I might just, I'm here and there.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Tomorrow. I try to be purposeful, you know, in my relationships. You know what I mean, with people. One thing that stuck with me that my I call her my sister Dominique. She said God gives us our networks early in the game, like early in our lifetime. Like the people that are supposed to be in your life, you see them in the beginning. You know what I mean? It's not until later on. Yeah. It's not until later on where you're able to utilize each other in a different space. You know what I'm saying? And she's very right about that.
Yeah,
you know, some of the people that are still in my corner, people like childhood people I've known 10 plus, 5 plus. You know what I'm saying? You know, my wife and like 2 of my other best friends, I've known them for going on 20 years.
And that's basically, man, what we don't have in the essence. We kind of lose our people. I got a lot of my friends. My brother behind the camera, I've known him for 20 years.
Sure. I know y'all been locked in for a long time.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is our first journey doing this.
Okay. See?
But
he's been around. You've been around.
We've been around each other for 20 plus. Yeah. Backyard gatherings, drunk some nights, talking shit. Families. I mean, he's actually living in the house that my family lived in.
Oh wow.
That's how crazy it was. Wow. The essence of us. You know what I mean? And you know, but that's the beauty of it too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you said something about your wife. Y'all go back. So it's like those things mean a lot, and those things are important.
Yes.
Relationships. You know what I mean? I believe God works in so many different ways that relationships are built sometimes just from a straw. A small plant. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because my relationship with you now, I feel like, honestly, I've known you for 2, 3, 4 years, just sitting here with you, and we met today in person. You know what I mean? So some people run around here and talk about no new friends. I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
I always thought that was stupid.
You know what I mean? Thought that was stupid. I mean, I jokingly
subscribed to it for a short time.
I mean, we all have. We all have, but the reality, as men, as you think about it, that's a bunch of bullshit.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Because somebody new can come into your life and change the whole game. Somebody you've been fucking with for 30 years never elevated you.
I tweeted that.
You know what I mean? Never elevated you, never bigged you up, never did none of that. And you know what? It's funny that our culture gets more support from a stranger than these people that we grew up with and know.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
And it's funny because this brother right here behind the camera, I reached out to him to find a location to do my podcast. Now we running together in the streets doing this.
Around.
You know what I mean? We is this, you know what I mean? And it's amazing. Yeah. We didn't see this 20 years ago.
Word.
We wasn't even thinking about this. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about doing a podcast if it wasn't for my man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, here we are. And I'm with you. And I went over your catalog, and I'm always watching. I'm like, yo, my brother seems so special, man. Like, you always, when I see you on the gram, it's always, it's energy. You know how you be on the gram, like, this fucking clown. But, yo, I actually, I sit and I listen. Yeah. Because the jewels that you giving, I'm not getting that from anybody else on my timeline. So I'd rather learn something from somebody that's a million miles away and reach out to him and say, hey, I need your help. Yeah. Because, first of all, pride is a motherfucker. Nobody wants to reach out to their inner city. The inner city people don't want to help nobody because they feel like, yo, fuck that, I'm not going to help him. I don't want to see him pop.
Word up.
And then the pride of it all is, I don't want him knowing that I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
So now, but you stay fucked up because you got all this negative pride and energy, man. So you're always giving us something great. You're always giving us that energy. And once again, that's why you're here, man.
Yeah.
I want to shoot you with something, man. Being a producer, who's your top 5?
Jesus Christ, my top 5.
I can't say rapper because you're not a rapper.
My top 5 producers.
I don't care. It don't have to be in hip hop.
All right, yeah, in no particular order. Timbaland. I think I will credit Timbaland with being one of the reasons that I make beats. If I'm being honest. Especially back in the day, anything from like Super Duper Fly, any Genuine, anything from like Aaliyah's first couple projects, like Timbaland was like that dude. Timbaland, Manny Fresh, Dr. Dre, and you could tell by my 5 is I'm old. Who else do I really like? I love Hit Boy. Hit Boy,
okay,
he's on a wild run right now. Oh God,
what about Pharrell?
I love Pharrell too. I will say this: when I was living, there is no but.
Okay.
When I was living in Virginia, I got a chance to kind of feel that whole Virginia run, like kids like that. Whatever they say is in the water there, it's very, very true. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was there, I was there when Super Duper Fly dropped. I was there when Lord Willin dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in those cities, like in Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? In Virginia Beach, listening to these records and the effect that it had. Like I was in Virginia when grinding was slapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget how it touched the rest of the world. Like for Virginia, stupid.
Sizzling.
Stupid.
Did Teddy play? Did you think Teddy had something to do with that Virginia thing too?
100%.
Because
100%.
He's up north, but he's. I've heard Pharrell and many other Virginia artists say, "Yo, Teddy was the
guy."
Yeah,
he was the guy.
Do you feel like he really changed? He brought that NYC sound to VA,
and vice versa. Yeah, and vice versa. Because like, you couldn't hear a record back then without feeling his essence, or feeling his spirit on it to a degree.
Because I feel like for us up north, our biggest Teddy Riley joint might have been that Rump Shaker.
Yeah.
When them horns came on, it was like, holy shit.
Insane.
And you can play that right now.
Right now. And it'll have the same reaction as women who listen to back that ass up or something like that.
Right.
Same shit.
And the reason why I touched on that, because you went from Manny Fresh, Timbaland, then we went there. That's 3 different area codes.
Yes. And
explain that essence.
So me, I live a nomadic lifestyle. When I was young, I went to 13 different schools as a kid. I've taken residence. Now New Jersey is my home. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Delaware but raised in New Jersey, right? But I've lived in PA, I've lived in Virginia, I lived in North Carolina, South Carolina, I lived in Miami. You know
that's crazy because I was trying to figure out where exactly where you were from.
Yeah, I've lived everywhere, especially on the East Coast. Any state that touches the Atlantic Ocean except for Maine, I've lived there. Not just visited or touched, like.
But sitting there talking to you, I feel that. Yeah. Like you gotta, just by your that's why I asked you the question with the producers, because you said you did a spin, you did some laps. Did some laps in some locations, man. Yeah,
I ran around a bit, and in every state, like even when I was living in Miami, it was around that time Every Day I'm Hustling dropped. You know what I'm saying, from Rick Ross, and I remember what that did to the city. Like, the fuck, like this is crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember a lot of those moments. You know what I'm saying, like certain artists that came out of certain spots. I was kind of like in the midst of it, and I was able to kind of gain some influence from that stuff too. Like a lot of that stuff inspires my beats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of it. Like
you said, Manny Fresh. Yeah. Though. I haven't. Manny Fresh.
He is the. If you listen to
me, I feel like he's underrated.
Very underrated. So underrated that I don't think people. He wasn't just a producer. He recorded a lot of those records too. So he was the one that was pushing the buttons, artists in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that kind of producer.
Right.
Very hands-on. That's how I am with a lot of my artists. If we're, of course the pandemic kind of, screwed up the whole being in the studio with certain cats, you know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I enjoy. I like having the artist sit right next to me and us really create a vibe. Because a lot of my favorite songs, a lot of my favorite records, they weren't emailed back and forth. It was like, no, they pulled up for this one. You could hear it in the songs.
And that's the game changer now. A lot of that emailing and texting.
Yeah. There's no feeling in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, just get on this and, you know what I'm saying, we'll see how it works. But like when you're actually sitting in the studio with the artist, you know what I'm saying, y'all able to really vibe, you know what I mean? And
you can see that fire, you can see the magic.
Yeah. Like you feel it. You feel it and you see it.
And that's your beat.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's your beat. You're sitting there like, yo, he's going ape shit to my beat right now. This is epic.
And you want him to represent on it. You know what I mean? Both of y'all names going to be on it, so you want it to be fire. Period.
Why haven't you started a label? Or have you? I don't know that either.
That's a really good question. I have not started a label because I don't believe in the construct of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as a label is concerned. Like, when artists come to me, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna sign you and, you know what I mean, and that's how we doing it. No, I'm gonna partner with you so we can really get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk you, like, we're gonna walk this dog together. We're gonna slow walk this dog. You know what I mean? Like, the music shit is so goddamn easy. It's easy for us to create. Like, I can turn anybody into a rapper. I can write. I've written raps for my wife and made her rap. She's probably mad as hell that I said that out loud. But listen, you can. It's the music shit is easy. It's just the business that people get so convoluted. You know what I'm saying? And it's not as hard. It's just we're scared to do it. You know what I mean? It's just,
and you've been in the business and you worked around with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you see the scared part.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, I can get you in the studio to record, but when it come to, yo, let's do these splits and whatever, I gotta call a couple times sometimes. You know what I mean?
But you feel, I'm gonna ask you this, you feel like that's a lack of passion? Because a lot of people just want to I just want to beat. I just want to, I want to be the rapper.
I don't think it's a lack of passion. I think people only want one side of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to handle the business. I just want to be able to create and not just be that. I don't care about nothing else.
You don't think that's being lazy?
To a degree. But I don't think it's... Everybody has their strong suit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody... There's certain artists who... They are strong performers. You know what I'm saying? They're strong writers. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. They, you know, they heavy in that. You know what I'm saying? Others not so much. It's like, look, I can do this in the studio, but when it comes to getting out there on that stage and performing for you, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their strengths. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm not the best keyboard player in the world, but I know what the fuck sounds good. I know when it's out of tune. I know when that is trash. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know when that's trash. So it's like, all right.
So you basically, man, you're more or less the teacher.
That's it. That's it. And I'm always learning too. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people, I try, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room when I walk in all the time. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to learn from everybody. Right. I want to be able to learn from everybody. I'm a sponge, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the only way I'm going to be able to help others elevate is if I elevate.
That's true. That's facts, man.
I can't be stagnant.
Some people don't want to lose. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I'm going to say this. Sometimes losing is better than winning. I told somebody this 2 weeks ago.
The L is the lesson.
But you so clouded that you don't want to, you just looking at the loss. How many times do you really learn from winning? If you really don't learn, you just so caught up that you won, you're celebrating the win. But how did we win? How did we get this? How did we make it this far? I want to know how I made it so when I get to this, my next project, I can go even further.
Yeah.
That's my point of view on it.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like some brothers just, yo, I don't want to lose. And I had to tell someone, I said, yo, bro, losing is the greatest part of life, I feel like. And he was like, yo, you're bugging. I said, yo, everything you lost, you learned from that.
That's a fact.
How many times did you
came back twice as strong?
And you knew what not to do so you can win.
And although you lost, you live to play again. So
at the end of the day, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's wins and losses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a part of the game.
All the time, man. I want to ask you this. You ever thought about teaching?
Yeah. I want to get better at, that's one of my biggest, and wife, she tells me about this all the time. I want to do better about posting more content online, because I'm like I said, I kind of stay in the back a little bit. Sometimes I have runs where I'll, maybe a week or two I'll be posting, you know what I'm saying?
And then you fall back.
Fall back for a little bit. You know what I mean? I want to be more consistent in that, you know what I mean? I do have a course, seminar that's out right now. You can check it out on my website, 1985music.com, where I teach people how to get their music into television and film, all the aspects of it from top to bottom, even down to reaching out to music supervisors, registering your music with a performing rights organization. I even let you know what music libraries to reach out to if you want to get your music, in a certain spot. So yes, that is available right now.
And please tell the culture where they need to go find that at.
Yeah. 1985music.com. Check it out.
Classes in session. Let's get on board for all my up and coming artists. And the artists that's already in the building doing their thing, because there's other ways out.
There's other ways out. Yeah.
And I think that's what some of us don't know that.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, I got the booth, the recording, and I'm gonna be the next nine.
Yeah. Now your music can live everywhere, man. Like, it's not just on streaming platforms right now. Like, you gotta think, Netflix has a lot of stuff on their platform. Hulu, they got mad shit on their platform. Prime, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a lot of stuff. They always looking for music. They always looking for, they're looking for artists with their business together that they can work with and partner with. And then they'll give you a small bag up front. If you negotiate a bigger bag up front, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of trying to get to a label and get this beat to this person, there's mad shows, there's mad advertising agencies, there's commercials that need music from artists like never before right now. So,
but what about the artist that's not doing the beats, that's only just focusing on rapping or the R&B side? How do they get involved with the television? Or that's a different?
I mean, it's a completely different. I mean, listen, you can get with a music library if you want to take the easy way out. If you want to really like build these relationships with certain people, like, you find music supervisors. Like, their names are plastered on the credits at the end of the show.
Yes, they are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those people that sit in the movie theater and wait for the credits to roll, because I want to hear.
And then you at home pressing pause too.
Yeah. I want to see what producer did whatever joint. I want to hear what music supervisor did, all this shit. That's the type of time I'm on.
You locked in.
Have to be.
This is your life.
It is. It really is. I love music too. I love it. I love what's crazy is I love mixing and mastering. I will tell you that. I love producing. Producing is great, but I can literally make anybody sound fucking dope, man. When I tell you, like, that's my gift, I can make you sound dope as hell. Like, that's what I'm really, really good at. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just making the music, knock and whatever the case may be, I can make you sound like you supposed to. So I can make you sound like a polished artist. That's one of my gifts, I will say.
And you're confident about it too, and I see it.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
And as I'm sitting there talking to you, a line that KRS-One did in the song, "It's Before Your Time." I'm a philosopher. Remember that, Lo? Yo, you remind me of that. So you're a philosopher?
Yes.
Yo, when I listen to you talk, champ, that's the vibe I'm getting. Because your goal is to teach, elevate, and help.
Yeah, that's it.
Some people want to take, ruin, and destroy.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the way here. And at this day and time, a lot of our younger artists, up-and-coming artists, need individuals. That's why I said the philosophy. We need individuals like you. Because you done did your laps around the United States. You went to Hip Hop High. You took the back door into the game by doing television and music. And then also on top of that, you educated yourself on the credit, how to build a business credit. Like, you got a whole portfolio, champ. Yeah. And let's not forget the plaques on the wall. Yeah. I mean, goddamn.
Oh yeah.
What more is there to talk about?
Life is good, you know what I'm
Life is good. Life is very good. You know what I mean? Life is very good. And I salute you for that, King.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna go on this side of the game.
Talk to me.
If anything you can change that you've done, what would be the 2-3 things that you would change, that your mistakes that you learned? Because I'm quite sure the journey wasn't.
No,
it always wasn't skip to Malou.
No, it wasn't. Number one, I wish I had a mentor. I'm being honest, and I'm still looking. I'm actively searching for a mentor. You would look at me and think, you know,
you're the mentor.
That's what people say, man. But listen, I'm one of those guys. And my wife always said, mentor needs a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
So you feel like wifey might be your mentor? Well, she
I
is.
be telling her that she don't be want to hear that shit. She does not want to hear that shit. But no, seriously. Especially when I was younger, I wish I had like more. I wish I had a mentor who was knowledgeable in not just the music business, but other aspects, like the television, life, you know what I'm saying? That I could kind of piggyback off of. Because a lot of things that I dealt with was trial and error, self-taught, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've had the little fucked up situations, you know what I mean? Like the development deals that didn't go through, working on a project for free for 6 to 9 months, and this artist get up, they go get a label deal or whatever, they get dropped. Like, I've been in those situations, you know what I mean? Like, trash, like complete trash. I've you know what I'm saying? I've worked with artists I haven't gotten paid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in those situations, you know what I mean? So,
having a mentor is one.
Yeah, having a mentor is one. God, what's another mistake? Not listening to myself all the time. Because although I do exude, you know, confidence and things like that, I do doubt myself sometimes.
I think we all do.
Yeah, we've had those. I've had these bouts with just like, you know, am I good enough for this? You know what I'm saying? I've seen other people get, you know, certain things. I just be like, dang, this nigga ain't no better than me. I know I can get, you know, being, and you're not even supposed to think like that. You know what I mean? You're really not.
But we're human.
Yeah, we are human. But yeah, not listening to myself and sometimes not listening to that gut feeling, saying, yo, just do it. The times where the just do it came and I did it,
you missed out. Not
even I missed out. I ran for it and I got it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It may not have ended the way I wanted it to, but I got through it and I did it. You know what I'm saying? The shots that I don't take, those are the ones I miss. The ones I don't take at all. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, this opportunity came about and maybe I just like, you know what, I'm not gonna get that one. And I look at it maybe 2 years down the road like, damn, I should have taken that. You know what I mean? So, what's the third one? So, mentor, not trusting myself all the time. Mistake. And
the only reason why I threw those at you, because, you know, our culture needs to hear these things.
Yeah. Because
sometimes people, you know, not to lose your train of thought, but they, you know, certain people don't want to admit things. And somebody behind that's going to watch this could be battling with the same thing, but they need to hear it from you.
Yeah.
Saying like, wow, look what he accomplished. Yeah. But he went through the same struggle mentally that I went through. You know what I mean? So if you can't pick a third one, it's cool. But the fact that, you know, you was man enough to admit, you know what I mean? Because once again, it goes back to that pride. We don't want to sit there and say, yo,
that's
you know what I mean? Because honestly, this whole podcast wasn't my thing. My man beat me in the head for 2 years to do this.
A word. You glad you did it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm very happy I did it. And even my man behind the camera, you know what I mean? We gonna take off for the summer, but we gotta ask. I mean, from him and the partner, I'm just like, yo, these guys don't want to stop. You know what I mean? I got, you know, but hey, personal life sometimes take you, you know what I mean? Different ways, man. And that's why you gotta have good brothers around you to, you know, strengthen you.
Listen to the people in your corner, man. Like, there are certain people that really do mean well by you. You know what I'm saying?
I know that.
And I'm learning that too. Like, there are people that are like my brothers, like genuine brothers, like that'll let me know, like, look, yo, you should, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may toss some ideas around and be like, yo, do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of time I'm on right now.
Yeah, but you need to start hitting. I'm gonna throw this at you too, man. You know, you need to start hitting, man, these campuses, man, and really giving these lectures, man, because, bro, you're a younger dude, but your soul is very old. And I know that comes from your essence of your upbringing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yo, my man, I ain't gonna front. When you was dropping that credit shit on the internet, I sat there and I really was like, And I'm high as I'm dusted. I'm in the crib dusted. And I'm just like, cause I'm a listener.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes, you know, my father says something. He said, you gotta sit still. A lot of us don't sit still.
Oh my God.
So, you know, yeah, and that's some real shit.
Yeah.
We don't sit still and we don't listen. Cause we
Yeah.
But when you sit still for a minute, yo, a lot of shit hits you. And I learned that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause I'm a sports junkie. So if ain't no sports on television, I'm kinda just But I'm also realizing that I'm listening to a lot of different things. And it gives me opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, yeah, you know, that little skit you put, not calling it a skit, but, you know, it was, it's like, damn, I kind of needed to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, man, what you giving to the culture, man, you got to give to the masses too, bro. You got to, it's different. Yeah. It was a difference sitting behind the watching you on Instagram. I'm sitting with you.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I'm feeling like a goddamn nerd. Right? I'm like, yo, I'm just soaking it up, King, because it's real. It's authentic. Yeah. I know it ain't. I'm gonna use this word. No, this is what we call in our hood mixtape shit. You ain't here, there, shit. You know what I mean? You kind of just giving me, yo, you giving us play by play, man. You got to give that to the masses, because one thing I learned, you know, having a child, having kids, that sometimes our kids don't always listen to us.
True.
But they might listen to somebody else, because that other person ain't the one just constantly, oh, my dad keep beating me in the head with the same shit. Yeah. But now this other brother who don't know you from a can of paint saying, hey, young man, you need to. Yeah. Then they say, oh shit, my pops.
People used to tell me a lot. They say, yo, you know, yeah, it's mad bread on the bread aisle, but if they like Wonder Bread, then that's what they going to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's mad messages, but if they like your message, that's what they going to. You know
and you got a message, you got a story, man, that needs to be documented. It needs to go around the world. It needs to be put in these literature programs. It needs to be brought to our generation, and not just our. Mainly, I'm going to say mainly the black community, because we need to learn more about credit. Yes. And pass it on to our younger generation, so our kids don't run around and getting their credit jacked up, or us parents ain't jacking up our kids' credit. Yeah, true. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, it's important, man. It's not just about the hip hop. It's also about the business. Yeah, that's what fun. You know what I mean? And I appreciate what you've given and granted us, man. Yo, man, once again, thank you. And I'm saying that from my heart.
Thank you, man.
Like,
this is like 2 months in the making, 2-3 months.
Yo, yes, and it almost didn't happen because we decided to shut down the studio in the summer and be on the street. But I said I gotta reach out to my man. Yeah. A lot of people, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'm dead wrong for saying this. I didn't even reach out to, because honestly, it's about the energy. Yeah, I'm with you. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, you're not, and honestly, they haven't even hit me and said, hey, when is the date? You hit me. Yo, we still on? Yeah. We still on? Hold up. What we doing? And I hit you, say, yo, this is what we doing. All right, don't worry about it. Yeah. And here we are in Bloomfield. Yeah. Live and direct. Live and direct. With you, your wife, your partner. Yeah. In the studio. Have you worked out of the studio? Yeah, absolutely. Let the people know where we at too. All right, yeah. So, this is my man Dub's spot. We don't have an official name yet. Okay, shout out to Dub, though. Appreciate you allowing us in the building. Yeah. Dope artist. Like I say, he's one of the artists that I work with too. Nigga's amazing. But yes, I have. Dub, I need you on the show, pimp. Dub, you heard him? Yeah. But yeah, I've done a few records out of this room. Dub is another artist that he does a lot of records here. Sends them to me to mix and master. You know what I'm saying? Like we work to that capacity, like really, really heavy. And we're in talks of doing a full-length project together, so stay tuned for that. Sure. Please keep us aware of what's going on, man. Yeah. But no, very beautiful space. If y'all need studio time, we right here in Bloomfield, man. We got you. 20 minutes away from Bergen County, y'all, because me and Lil got here in about 20. I thought we was gonna be in the heart of deep. This was beautiful, man. Yeah. And this was 2 months in the making, man. Yo, I'm thanking you probably 1,000 times, but for the simple fact, man, you coming from the ATL, you don't know me from a can of paint. I don't have 100 million views. When I reached out to you, you said, yo, let's do it. Yeah. I gotta ask you why. Because you didn't really, I get back to you, I don't know. Yeah. You was like, yo, what's up? There's an energy. And Twan, anytime he connects me with like
really dope people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those people. He don't fuck with a lot of niggas.
I see that.
He don't fuck with a lot of niggas at all. So when he give me like, yo, go rock with him, go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it be certain people like, cause we work in tandem together. Like if somebody reaches out to me on his end, he'll be like, yeah, you can fuck with them, and he'll let me know. Yeah, there's such and such about to reach out to you, but nah.
I mean, I think that's what we all do.
Know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So, and I respect that about him, because certain people have you in the rooms with some
a bunch of nuts, with a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Foolishness, and I just be like,
setting you up for the failure.
Setting you up. That's it. And I didn't feel like it was a setup at all. It was like, yo, he genuinely want to sit down and have a conversation. And I was like, yo, I'm with it. And it's home, it's Jersey. Like, I got to. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, King, man. Yo, before we close out, man, anything you want the culture to know, man? What they need to know? Not so much what you're doing, what you got coming up, but just a little bit of words of encouragement.
Love yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Love yourself. If you have a vision for yourself, go get it. Just go get it, man. Don't let nobody on your left or your right tell you that you can't do shit. Just do it, yo. We living in probably one of the craziest eras to like really get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really get it right now. You can really get it in so many different ways. And you have to just want it, man. Be a doer. Don't be too much of a thinker. Do. Just do. That's it, man.
Man. That was a message we're in this. Yo, let the people know where they can find you at too, man.
Find
social
me,
media.
1985music.com. That's where you'll see damn near everything. Or you can hit me up on Instagram at Plan B85. That's it, yo. And once you hit me on Instagram, I'm an open book, man. You can pretty much see everything up there for the most part.
I hit him on IG, and here we are today, man.
Word up, you know
yo,
what I'm saying?
Man. You know what it is, man. You know, not to cut you off, man, but salute to you and your wife too.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Black love is in the building. Mm-hmm. I see you guys. I see happiness, and I believe that's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see a support system.
Yeah.
I see a team. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear you shy away from her, because I see a lot of brothers sometimes shy away from their significant others and don't want to give them their props. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the ladies that's pushing us to keep our flow going. Because sometimes the flow gets a little, we lose it. Yeah, she might tap you like, yo, Playboy, what you doing? You ain't looking too good today. What we doing?
Yeah.
So shout out to her. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the cast. Shout out to everything that you've done. Mm-hmm. Before I close, man, I have to say, yo, this was one of the dopest opportunities I had doing this podcast, because I spoke to someone that made me feel like a kid again, like, yo, I'm in class. And you definitely inspired me today, bro. Like, I definitely got some things I want to talk to you about and work on. And yo, thanks for coming through, man.
I thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you.
Yo, you know who it is, man. It's your boy, the voice of the culture, man. Roundtable Podcast. We in Bloomfield. Plan B85 is in the building. It's another great. We outside in the summer. You know what it is, man. R.I.P. T.O. had the rep come in the building. And yo, we out of here. Love is love. One. And shout out to my man behind the camera, Low. Love you, King.
Hello.
We dang.
Love you too, kid.